From where? Where'd they come from? I forgot I was gonna ask the legal thing yesterday. Around tomorrow. Because I was gonna buy potatoes. I'm like, oh no, I have some coming. Oh, I wasn't caring. Yeah, I didn't buy any because I didn't. It doesn't eat that stuff. There's the other people here.
Yeah, we didn't abandon you.
Oh, good.
Abandon. Is this today's?
Oh yeah, that's today's.
Oh, it's still not showing up. I got the link to the stream itself in there.
Who's going to are you doing that at their house or the coach at your house? No, it's not the big one, it's the only one. Oh, okay. So you're not going to see this weekend then? Or just like our nose. I don't know, I wouldn't say anything.
Oh. Running out of paper.
I'm down to our last two sheets. Alright.
Can you
Oh, if you flip it.
turn the board around and draw on the back side of it?
Yeah, we could try that. Some of it's bled through, but we should be able to work with it. Okay. Put in a request for more paper after. I guess so. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just do a quick review of what we started doing last week. So you're starting to recognize this when you hear this. Anishinaabemowin.
I recognize it. Name it again.
Yeah.
Gotta put the English word
Oh yeah. Anishinaabemowin. Remember what that is when I asked that on Wednesdays?
What are you doing?
Right. What are you doing, Anishinaabemowin? You remember you recognize some of the pieces that are, well, you didn't catch the class today when we started going into the question words there. I think you might have missed.
I think I missed it today.
Yeah, last Monday it was,
Yeah.
I think. Okay. You remember the pieces that go on in the question there, like Anishinaabemowin, what marks, what makes it the question, what's the verb, and what makes it you in there. Are you starting to recognize those pieces?
Yeah, at the end if it's a gay on, or is it gay young, or young, or and it's
Okay, Ed.
Anishinaabemowin. Anishinaabemowin. The yan makes it the you. What are you doing? Anishinaabemowin. He or she does something, or is doing. Anishinaabemowin. So present tense marker. Anishinaabemowin. Anishinaabemowin. Yan becomes I. Anishinaabemowin. What is he or she doing? Anishinaabemowin. 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 Yeah.
What's your name?
Right. Your name is Anishinaabemowin. Anishinaabemowin. You got Anishinaabemowin. Anishinaabemowin. What's my name? Anishinaabemowin. Anishinaabemowin. What's your name? So Yan is the I, and the Yan is you, and the B is he or she. Anishinaabemowin. And then we start doing the responses. Anishinaabemowin. Anishinaabemowin. These are some of the question words there in the language. Anin or Anish. Depends on dialect or region which one you're going to use. For a lot of, especially in the East, Anin is used as hello or a greeting, but it's also a kind of a word for like how or what or that kind of idea. Sometimes they'll use Anish as well, especially the ones that say Anin. They'll usually use Anish for the question, whereas in the West and the North they'll use Anin more. But Anish is still common too. It all comes down to speaker preference and regional differences. Aninapi. Anin is the question word here. Anin the how, and then P is referring to time there. So when you say Bama P, the P is referring to the time there. So Anin P referring to like when. Anin P. Ande or Aninde. It's actually a double A. And the heat of writing there, I forgot to add, so there's a little 2 A's there if you can't see it. So Ande or Aninde, that's another word for where. Pish and Ani Pish are other words for where. This is Eastern dialect more, and then in the West they'll more commonly use the Ande, Aninde, Pish, Ani Pish. Just so you're aware in case you hear. Anindash becomes like why. Why. Oh, and then we have a Waganan and a Wanan. Again, sometimes they might have a sh ending there, a Waganesh or a Wanesh. Wanan, a Waganan. This one's what, and this one's who. And you could still, if you know something's animate there, that's like not a living person, you'd probably still use a Wanan. Like, certain fruits are considered animate there, and so you'd probably use a Wanan, Waganan, what is it? We're using examples like a Waganan, oh, what's this? Waganan, oh.
Waganan, oh.
Oh. What's this? Remember what this one is? Ojabiganak.
Yeah.
Right. Ojabiganak. Yeah. Right. And then we just started going through examples of how to ask questions. These were 2 of the verbs we were using. One's a VAI and the other's a VII. So, Ishinakazo, he or she is called, or he or she is named. And then Ishinakade is like it is called. So, Ojabiganak Ishinakade, it's called an Ojabiganak. Ojabiganak Ishinakade. And then Tina Ishinakazo.
So you identify the thing first, or the name first, and then you
Right.
use the verb.
Yeah. So this one you'd use for people or certain objects, and this one you use for inanimate objects there. So, Mazinagan Ishinakade. Mazinagan Ishinakade. Ojabiganak Ishinakade. Adopoin Ishinakade. Samesak Ishinakade. And then if you wanted to ask how do you Anin Ishinakadik. What's this called there? So the Anin or Anish Ishinakadik. So we have Ishinakade, the verb, what it is called, and then when it's put into the question form, it comes with a G there. So and the E makes it like in the present kind of marker. Anish Ishinakadik. What is this? What is it called there? So Anish Ishinakadik. Anish Ishinakadik.
Can you say Ishinkade, Asamsak?
Asamasak Ishinakade or Adopun Ishinakade, it's called. Right. So that's for inanimate objects, and then here for people. Anin Ishinakazo Yan, Anin Ishinakazo Yan, Anin Ishinakazat. What's my name? What's your name? What's his name? Those kind of things there. So again, just putting the appropriate pieces to make it what you're trying to ask there. It's pretty close to. Main difference is the E that comes in there. and then putting the ending from it, the B form ending.
So Ishinakade and Ishinakade.
Oh, say that once more there.
Ishinakade and Ishinakade. There's a difference with the E and the I. That's how you pronounce it.
Oh, in the Ejinakade. Ejinakade and Ejinakade.
Ishinakade and
Some might pronounce it Asian, A like an A, Ejinakade. The Ejinakade. Ejinakazo, Ejinakazo, linguistically, they call it the initial change there, where in certain places there, the initial vowel will change form there, and I don't know the technicalities behind it, but it's one of the things that happens in Ojibwe there. The initial vowel changes in certain patterns and that there, so the I becomes an E in the question form, and in certain other, like, I think I don't know if I wrote it on this page or an earlier one. It comes up again when you make nouns out of verbs there, like Gekinoomage, he or she teaches, and then when you want to make it a teacher, it becomes, so remember that Gekino becomes Gekinoomaged, he or she who teaches, which is basically a teacher kind of Gekinoomaged. That's one of the characteristics of Ojibwe. Don't have to worry about it too much there, but if you advance further into it, there, it becomes something more common that you start noticing. He or she is called, and it is called. Ande, where? Remember Ja?
Jayan. Jad.
Ajad is where, you remember the verb itself? Right, go, he or she goes someplace there. So Ande Ajayan, where are you going? Ande Ajad, where is she going? Ande Ajayan, where am I going? Again, that short I becomes an E in there. So this verb, two verbs here, so we're working with three verbs here. So Ijal, you identified Ijal already. He or she goes someplace. Onjiba, he or she is from someplace there. And then Onji, more, especially Thunder Bay and west of Thunder Bay and north of Thunder Bay, they'll use Onji more there. So the common question if you're meeting someone for the first time, Ande Wenjabayan, where are you from? Or they'll say Ande Wenjian, where are you from? So, and then when it gets in Donjiba, Wawan Donjiba, Susain Varin Donjiba. Again, remember why the D comes into the dot in front of the Donjiba. Right, that has a vowel on the front, so the D comes in, usually connects them there, so like Indija, Gidija, Indonjiba, Gidonjiba, Indonji, so that's when the D comes in. Otherwise, if it doesn't have a short vowel, you don't have to add the D into it. You have another verb. or we have Guashquan, remember Guashquan in. So the jump doesn't have a short vowel in the front, so you don't need the D. So then Guashquan, Guashquan. I jump, you jump. So this one, Vijanoge, point, point. It has a short vowel, so the D comes back in Vijanoge. Pointing. That's all going on there. Donjiba. Oh, that's right. And we started using some of these markers, so so the little markers, like remember the glottal stops there, where it's like a, almost not quite like a full H kind of sound, but it's like a stop, like a, so, uh-oh, ew, uh-oh, uh-oh. Sometimes a lot of it's getting short and just oh, ew, whoa, oh. So these ones are like that. So that's that person or that animate thing, and that's that inanimate thing. So the Iwishquandem, that door over there, the Iwishquandem. And then wa'au is like this person, wa'au. Whoa, this person, this thing, It's a pretty small difference between like sometimes it's hard to hear the difference there, the uh-oh and oh. So we were using that we're asking some questions like, Awanena Awakwe, who's that woman? Or Awanena Awanene, who's that man? Awaganana Yo Mazinegan, what's that book? Awaganana Yo Mazinegan. Well, we spoke a little bit about clans, like Awanan Gedo Dem, who's your clan? Someone knows their clan. So if you're asking those kind of things. So who and what? So you could just say when and how, who's that, or like when then you want to specify it more, you could add little markers like that man or that woman, or that, those kind of things there. Ani and Dash, why? Anin dash bangishanan, why did you fall? Why are you falling? Or it happened right, went like a second after, it'd be like, why did you fall? Anin dash bangishanan, why did you fall? Anin dash. Oh yeah, then we. So this is that. Oh, I forgot to go into that a bit.
Anin dash is why.
Yeah, Anin dash. So we went into the initial change here. I forgot to mention, like, so we have onjuba, and one of the things with the o, it becomes like a way or we. So on there, wenjuba and onjuba, it becomes like a wenjuba and wenjian instead of onji. And then it comes back again here. when you add in the tenses into it there. So you recognize gi and we, like for past tense and future tense. When it goes into the question form, it becomes wa or ga. So anin dash ga bangishinan. So like, why did you fall sometime in the past there? Anin dash ga bangishinan. Anin dash wa bangishinan. Why do you want to fall? That's with the Y. And then again here, anin a P, wa on the buy. When, so anin a P, the time marker, anin a P, wa on the buy. When do you want to sleep? So the wa, future, young, it's you, the ba, he or she sleeps. Anin a P, wa on the buy. When do you want to sleep?
The ga is now.
Ga is past tense.
Past tense.
Right. Like it's just the changed form of gi. Anin dash ga.
Or is that 2 A's?
Yeah, it's 2 A's.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's kind of got a long tail on it. It's most of what we covered last week. So we could go into. We could either go into the. It's we've been starting to use these on Wednesdays quite a bit, but I never really explained it. So I could either do that, or we could keep reviewing, because there's certain stuff you guys would rather go through or get refreshed on, or do you want to go through this quick and then do work on stuff that you want clarification on or refreshers on or that thing? Want to do the okay? We'll run through this here because it's
PTIs?
yeah. We've been starting to work with them on Wednesdays there, so it'll just help you understand a little more what you're hearing and that kind of thing. So, what's the common one that we've been using here?
Danganan.
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 So Danganan, which one's that one there? Yeah, touch it there. Danganan, touch it. So, open Danganan, yeah, touch the table. So the main difference between a VTI and a VAI is that the VAI is kind of it's like a self-contained action where you're not really interacting with so gouache going in, like I'm telling you to jump. I'm not telling you to jump on something, it's just a jump.
So that's a VTA?
That's a that's a VAI, like gouache.
VAI.
Gouache going there, he or she jumps. Now, dong and on, you're interacting with something now, so the verb, that's a VTI, which stands for like a transitive. Transitive means like something in motion or happening. Inanimate, so you're interacting with something inanimate, and that's what the verb, the VTI is. So basically a verb where you're doing something with something inanimate kind of thing. And now donging on is the verb, so you're touching. So this is a command form of a VTI, so donging on, I'm telling you to touch it there. The dopuin donging on, touch the table. Now, the way that the way that the VAIs were working, when you want to get rid of the command form, you just drop the N on it, and then if it has a short vowel at the end, you take that off, like the O's and that, or the
Dog and
short.
on?
That wouldn't apply to this one there, but what are some of the ones that we've what's like gouache quinin. Gouache quinin. You take off that gouache quinin is the command form of you jump. Gouache quinin, he or she jumps, and then the gouache quin, that I comes off at the end for when I jump there. So what happens with the VTIs, they get conjugated a little differently there. So it gets a longer ending instead there. So in command form, Duncan on, touch it, and if I were to ask Onion, is it Chigayan, then Duncan on, so it becomes a long vowel there. So Duncan on, touch it, and Onion is it Chigayan, at Dopoin, and Duncan on, touching the table, Duncan on. If I were to say Anina Jichigayan, how would you tell me what I'm doing here there? Anina Jichigayan, what am I doing?
Kidangan.
Kidanganan.
Kidangan.
Dopun Kidanganan, you're touching it. Kidanganan. So another one we've been doing is conserve the page. Recognize Bizakan.
Put it on.
Right. So, we on Bizakan, put your jacket on, your makizin Bizakan, put your shoe on, Bizakan. So,
Nin.
you don't want to add you don't want to add on anything at the end here. It goes inside here. So you're close there.
Nin. Bizakan.
Right. And Bizakan, I'm putting it on. And it's Bizakan and then Gizakan. Yamakizin, Gizakan. Right, take your shoe off there. So again, following these, how would you, if you wanted to say I'm taking it off there?
Gizakan.
Right. Gizakan.
So does it work? Gizakan?
Right, you take it. You're taking it off. Could use a con. Muck is in. Could use a con. You're taking your shoe off. I don't know if I'll show it quick, I guess, just because it. One of the other things that happens with Ojibwe is when you're talking about plural stuff, you don't just pluralize the noun, you also pluralize the verb as well there. So Bizakon, then muck is in, then Bizakon. I'm putting on my shoe. Now, what's the plural? The muck is in.
Makazinan.
Makazinan, right? Makazinan. Now, you just supply the same. Let's put it on. Put it in a different color. The muck is in. One shoe or slipper. Muck is in on. That's shoes. Two shoes. Now, if you want to say that you're putting on both your shoes, you just have to use that same hand. Then muck is in on, then bees a con. Then muck is in on, then bees a con on. So you pluralize both the verb and the noun. Yeah.
Makazinan.
Muck is in on. Right.
You want to sing? Makazinan. Nin Bizakan. Nan.
None.
Nin Bizakan. No. Nin Bizakan. Nan.
Oh, and then bees a con, none.
Okay. Nin Bizakan. On.
What a shorter vowel at the end.
At the end.
Nin
Nin
bees a con,
Bizakan.
none. Almost like a nun.
Nin Bizakan.
Yeah, then bees a con, none. So muck is a nun, then bees a con, none.
Nin Bizakan.
I'm putting on my shoes. And then if you were to try to say that you're taking off your shoes,
Makazinan. Bizakan.
shorten the vowel a
You
bit.
don't use the AN on the end?
But you use the AN, but you're pronouncing it more like
Okay.
a double A. So
Okay, so Ningizikanan.
Ngizikanan, yeah. Makazanan and Gizakanan, I'm taking off my shoes. Makazanan and Gizakanan, taking the shoes off.
Person has to hear himself say it a couple times
Yeah,
or sink in.
right. And then again, if you were touching shoes there, how would you pluralize? Makazanan.
Izinanam. Nim. Daginanam.
Right. Makazanan and Dagananan, touching the shoes. It's tricky to remember it all out there, but it's luckily it's one of the patterns where it repeats the same thing there. So,
Follows the principle.
right. And when you get into VTAs, it changes everything there. We won't get into that until the new year there. And again, it'll just be a later introduction. Well, I might as well go over this one because it'll be a good one to know there. I use it a few times, but I never really explained it there. So Nasidotan has like that, that's command form, so I'm telling you understand it. Nasidotan, one of the things I could start paying attention for it now is Nasidotan na.
Serotonin. Serotonin. No.
So Nasidotan, I'm telling you to understand it. What do you think this might be? Nasidotan na. Do you understand it? With the question. So the you get Nasidotan.
So you understand it. You know, so it's do.
Yeah, it's like this makes it a question there. So it's like, do you understand it there?
Just getting used to it.
Right.
Makes sense. Just getting used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no real word for like do you or do. It's just kind of a nod. Just makes
No.
it a question.
Yeah.
Right. So Nasidotan, you understand it, and when you add the ana, it becomes like a do you understand it kind of idea there. Nasidotan na. Nasidotan na. So if I say something on Wednesdays there, and sometimes I'll ask you, Nasidotan na, do you understand it? And then if not, then I'll repeat the word or try giving hints kind of. So how do you think you would respond with the I understand?
To answer back.
Yeah.
Nina Sidotanan.
Oh,
Nina Serotonin.
right. Yeah, you added the extra on at the end. Is that the Nasidotan? Nasidotan. Okay,
You
Nasidotan
just
na.
add the other A inside.
Right, so from the command form, right, you just Nasidotan. So you understand it, they're commanding you to. And then, Nasidotan, I understand it.
And then say on the Serotonin. If you ask the question, on the Serotonin, no.
Or does he understand it?
Or does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the, yeah,
He
actually I
or
should,
she.
great.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. So with the VAIs, you don't need to add the O, but when it comes into these ones, the O finds its way in there. So we put the little O in front there.
On the Serotonin.
So we'll use this one here. So what does that Ogizakon?
So he or she.
Ogizakon.
Is to,
Great. Ogizakon. As you're saying. She understands it or he understands it on a Sidotan.
if you ask them, does he or she understand it? Then you say, on this Serotonin, no.
Right, on the Sidotan and does she understand it? Does he understand Anishinaabemowin na. Anishinaabemowin. Do a few more on our last page. Okay, so we'll work with these two quick. This is another one I ask sometimes there. Give me Queen Don and give me Queen Don and I haven't gotten to explain it yet, so we'll do that now.
Do you remember that? No.
Give me Queen Don. Right, so McQueen Dunn, I'm telling you to remember it. McQueen Dunn, oh, remember. McQueen Dunn, oh, remember this. Give McQueen Dunn, you remember this? Do you remember it? Give McQueen Dunn, if you do, and then how would you respond affirmatively if you do remember it?
Need me Queen down.
McQueen Dunn, I remember it. Give McQueen Dunn. Oh, McQueen Dunn, oh, McQueen Dunn, how would you respond if they do it?
So, me Queen down.
Oh, McQueen Dunn.
You remember. You remember. So could you use a name, like, say, Adrian McQueen Dunn? Or McQueen Dunn Adrian? How would that be?
McQueen Dunn. Are you commanding him to remember, or are you asking if he? Or are you saying that he remembers?
He's stating that he remembers.
So Adrian McQueen Dunn, Adrian remembers. He remembers it.
Okay.
If you were to say it in this, like this there, then that's where you're commanding them to remember it. McQueen Dunn, remember it. McQueen Dunn.
Dan McQueen Dunn?
Yeah.
Alex, have it?
Yeah, Dan, remember it. Yeah, you remember it. McQueen Dunn. When then done, forget it.
Then done.
When then done. Sometimes they don't forget it. They go when end came. But that's won't get into that yet. There, we'll familiarize ourselves with this thing. So. Oh.
So would you say need when end on?
No, when end on, I forget it. No, when end on, I forget it. It becomes different if you say I don't remember it. We haven't gotten into how to.
So would you can say like ni when end done ina adopwin?
Do I forget the table or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This is example.
great. Yeah. Do an end on. Do an end on and I dope win. Do you forget? Do you forget table? Did you forget the dope one? Or did you forget the table?
That was kind of big to forget, but it's just an example.
Right. Okay, so we started learning this one on we started working on that one, remember a buggy dome? Buggy dome. Buggy dome.
Yes.
Right, the buggy dome. Throw it. So notice that it's a VTI, you're throwing something there, so buggy don't throw it. And it's got a bit of a different ending than the ends, so when it comes to conjugating, you don't have to change it from this, so you just keep it the way it is and you add the, so how would you say I'm throwing it,
The buggy don't.
Almost. Remember what happens with the short vowel in the front there?
Inte a buggy
In the buggy down, I'm throwing it there. Get the buggy down and are you throwing it there? The teachers will probably be asking the kids about snowballs during there. Get the buggy down and are you throwing the snow there?
Inte.
Get the buggy down. Or if it was after. Yeah, buggy down and did you throw it there? Kids are probably responding.
Is there a we?
Oh, like go we a buggy down?
No, like as in like us, like we
We're-
threw it.
Yeah, we haven't gotten into those ones
Okay,
yet. They've been
yeah.
staying the
Okay.
IU, him
Keep
and her.
it simple.
Yeah. Yeah. And once you start getting familiar with these, then it's just adding another piece on usually there kind of thing. Okay, and then the buggy going on, we threw it or we're throwing it. Or then the buggy dome in. And it depends on dialect if you use non or min. So yeah, so it's just becoming familiar with this first, and then once you're more comfortable with that, it's just a matter of adding another piece on kind of thing. Like we or they, that kind of thing. So mostly trying to get comfortable with that first, and then once those are more comfortable with, I'll probably maybe in the new year I'll start throwing in some of those. I should eventually start showing how to answer in the negative as well, like Gawin, Ngi, Pagidon Sin. It becomes you conjugate the verb negatively as well there. It's a little trickier with. Well, there's similar patterns again. Gawin, the McQueen, the Zine. I forget it. I mean, I don't remember it. Gawin, the McQueen, the Zine. I don't remember it. Gawin, the Winan, the Zine. I don't forget. Eventually, start showing how to.
Halloween scene, I don't forget.
You might as well show it quick there. So we go in short. That's kind of remarking that it's a negative sentence there. So go in. So this kind of becomes like a nasalized N here. So go into McQueen-Denzine. Instead of going to McQueen-Denzine, it almost nasalized. Going to McQueen-Denzine. Going to McQueen-Denzine. I don't remember it. I'll probably start with VAIs first because it's a little easier than the VTI ones because it just so like a jaw, it just becomes a jaw C, like an SII kind of sound. Washquanasi. Going gig Washquanasi, I didn't jump. So that's just a quick one. We'll go through that better another time there, but just to show you, again, it's just knowing it, adding little pieces into the mix kind of thing. So the Gaussian makes it negative, and then that's just conjugating it accordingly. Gaussian to McLean. Gaussian to Gaussian. Right, so main thing you gotta remember is that it has the AN ending, it becomes like a double AN. The double ON, it stays the same kind of thing with those words there. Pagidon, Pagidon. That might be another response a teacher might get. Did you get a Pagidon and how did you throw it? No, in McQueen does I don't remember.
Like leave the non in.
I have room for one more example on here, I think. I'll show that one since it might look a little tricky there. It's not too bad. So the one with the glottal stop, Gabaka on. Most commonly you'll find the glottal stop in front, like when a vowel is with another vowel. So instead of Gabakwan, it marks there's a little space in between the vowels there. So Gabakwan, Gabakwan. Close it, Gabakwan, close it. If you're to say I'm closing it.
Nin Gibakwa on. No, Nin Bakwe.
Oh, almost there. You also had the first time you said to add a long vowel stressed.
Nin Bakwa on.
Ngabakwa on, right? Ngabakwa on. Ngabakwa on. Ngabakwa on. I'm closing it or I'm shutting it. Ngabakwa on.
Extra tight.
Ngabakwa on. Yeah, so we're just showing how to work with the new verb types there. We've been starting to use some of these on Wednesdays, but just showing how to start conjugating them. So, might as well go through them again there. So, so we started with Danganan. You remember Danganan? So, Danganan is the command form of it, where I'm telling Danganan, touch it, Danganan. You know, if you want to conjugate it where I'm touching it, the short A becomes a long A, and it becomes then Danganan, like I'm touching it. And then we used it for, I remember Bizakan, Makizan, and Bizakan. Like Bizakan, put your shoe on, Makizan, Bizakan. So Bizakan, that's command, put it on. Makizan and Bizakan, I'm putting on my shoe, and then Bizakan. So again, the on becomes on. Again, with the relative of Bizakan, Gizakan is take it off. And Gizakan, I'm taking it off. And we also went through the plurals of that with Ojibwe. When you're pluralizing, when you're interacting with more than one object, you gotta pluralize the verb as well there. So makazin, that's your shoe or slipper kind of thing, or your moccasin. We have two of them, makazinan, your moccasins or your shoes, makazinan. So if you're interacting with both of them, makazinan and bizakanan, you just use the same pluralization and you pluralize the verb as well there. So makazinan and bizakanan, I'm putting on shoes. Then makazinan and bizakanan, I'm putting on my shoes. If you want to be silly, get makazinan and bizakanan, I'm putting on your shoes. Makazinan and gizakanan, I'm taking the shoes off. So it's just remembering the command form. It's a short, like a un sound, and then when it's conjugated, it becomes a long vowel on kind of sound. And then Nasidotan ina, Nasidotan, and McQuain ina, Nasidotan.
Understand.
Right. So this is one of the ones I ask every now and then on Wednesdays. They're Nasidotan ina, do you understand it? So Nasidotan command, I'm telling you to understand it. Nasidotan. Nasidotan ina. I probably won't say it like that sounds like Nasidotan there. Understand? Nasidotan ina is probably how you'd hear it. Do you understand it there? Nasidotan ina. And if you do it, Nasidotan, I understand it. Nasidotan. Right, that was the other thing that came up here. So with most of the VAIs that we were working with, like Washkwane, he or she is jumping. You don't have to add the O in front of it, but when it becomes a VTI, there's an O that goes in front of the he or she ones there. So Gizakan, he or she's taking it off. When the Sidotan, he or she understands it. And the main difference between a VAI and a VTI is like a VAI is a self-contained kind of action, like Guashkwane, he or she's jumping, not really specifying what they're jumping on or why they're jumping, it's just he or she's jumping. Whereas here you're interacting with something there, so like and donging on, I'm touching it, I'm touching something there. So VTI is a verb of an action where you're getting involved with something there. So that was that's what's going on with these verbs. Then I showed another few verbs that we go. Every now and then I ask on Wednesdays, like McQuain done, remember it, McQuain done, McQuain done. You remember it?
You McLean Don.
Get McQuain done. So again, McQuain done, command form of understand it. Get McQuain done, do you remember it? And the McQuain done, yes I remember. When then done, forget it. No, when then done, I forget it. So again, it's a similar pattern there. Just add the double A's. Now this other one that we learned on Wednesday, a puggy don't throw it. Since it has a OON ending, you don't have to change it when you so take that off there. That's command form, a puggy don't. I'm telling you to throw it. You don't have to change it when you conjugate it. So in the puggy don't, I'm throwing it, or I throw it. And we were just asking a hypothetical scenario. Now that it's snowing there in the schoolyard outside over there, you might hear a teacher say, "Gi a puggy don't and did you throw it?" And then well, quickly went through showing how to do negative tenses there. Then it's just a quick showing, like it's not written in the notes or that. We'll eventually get into it, but it's just to show how to do it there. Like going the McQuain I don't remember it. I don't remember it. So when you're making a negative sentence, you use Gawain, which makes it a negative. Then you just conjugate, adding that piece at the end, and McQuain. But we'll get into that more later on there. And then, last one that we went on was Kibakwa on. This one has the glottal stop on there. Again, you just do the same thing as with these ones there. The glottal stop doesn't change it there, just because it becomes Ngibakwa on. I'm closing it there, or I close it. Ngibakwa on.
So one and down is remember or forget.
Oh, when then done, I forget it. And the McQuain done, I remember it.
One and done is forget.
Forget.
And Mick when done is I remember.
Right.
Okay, makes a difference.
Right.
Just identify it when you're looking at it.
Right. Well, this is I don't know if it's a W. Could you see that's a W, or does it look like a
no,
W? Okay. I wasn't sure if it looked like a.
No, in my mind, I wasn't pronouncing the K.
Okay.
I do
Okay.
now.
Yeah. I see. McQuain done when end done. McQuain done when end done. Yeah. Well, that's it for our paper for now. So.
Class is over.
So we could go through stuff if you want clarification on anything or quick review of anything. We could do that, or if you want to work a little more with this, I could squeeze another example in between here as well. Is there anything that, for the most part, is everything making sense, or is there anything that you need more clarification on, or is it more just keeping on working with it to become familiar with it kind of thing there?
So On the word obina,
Ombenan.
obinan,
So,
would be gi or gin, obinan.
Oh, you wouldn't have to put the full gain on it. It'd be like it has a short O, so that D comes back in there. So Gedombenan, Gedombenan, Gedombenan.
So when you have a vowel, you put the gi.
Right.
Okay.
So
Whether it's an A or an O?
whether it's A, O, or I,
Okay.
any short vowel, or any vowel, even even if it starts with a vowel. So do an Ombenan. Lift it. Gedombenan. And Dombenan and Nick, I'm lifting my arm. Dombenan, my Nick, lifting my arm. Alright, when it's in command form, Ombenan, Genik, lift your arm. Ombenan, Genik.
So why would you not put an N and just use the I? For example, like you had the ni one dan, not nin one.
Well, you could. Again, it's not the. It's all. You could put it longer in there like that too.
Either or?
Yeah, it's one of those either or things there. Some theories or explanations that it goes into certain endings there, but sometimes it's not standardized. So
How it
it's-
rolls.
Right.
How it rolls off the tongue.
How it rolls off. Sometimes I put it different ways so that in case you come across the book, you might see it like that, or sometimes you might also see it like this there. In Wenendan, I forget it. In McQuaindan, Nemaquaindan, in McQuaindan. Also might even see it just as a single line itself.
Now you gotta drill us on all those VTIs.
Right. Well, I think. Yeah, some of them are still new on here there, but you know about half of those, I'm pretty sure.
Wabandan. Wabandan.
Gizakan, Gizakan, Bakinan, Gibakwan, Danginan, Odapinan, Bogidinan, Ombinan.
Bakunan.
Yeah. I've used it a few times. I should probably start using Dakunan more.
Hit it. Back item?
Buckete on.
Bucket.
Buckete on.
Bucket on.
Right. Buckete on.
Bucket on. Wabandan. Nizdotan.
Nasidotan.
No, Sidotan. No, Sidotan. One and done.
Wenandan.
Bargain.
Bugidon.
Bagadon.
Bugidon.
Bang. Bagisidon.
Bungisidon. Bungisidon. Drop it. Bungisidon. And again, since it has that own ending, then Bungisidon, you don't have to change it. Then Bungisidon, I'm dropping it there. Bungisidon, you're dropping it there. Bungisidon, He's dropping it.
So that's the same with any word that has the two O's.
The double
Double
N
O's,
ending?
it stays the same.
Right, for the VTIs, yeah.
Okay.
Bagidon, Bangisidon. Covers the 3 people.
So does that work the same for like any double vowel? Okay. Like for example, the Nisidotan.
Oh, that's because the Nisidotan. Nisidotan is the conjugated form of the Nisidotan.
Okay.
One of the things I just noticed though, I'm at to double check is since this one starts with the no, I have to double check what happens with the if he or she. Like I don't know if you have to add a no on it. So I'll double check. Actually, I think it applies with the D. I'm pretty sure. But don't been on he or she. So if there's a short vowel, he or she, that D still is in there, so the OD, don't been on, he or she's lifting it, or don't been on Nick, she's lifting her arm there, don't been on Nick. Forgot for a second. Don't been on. I guess, or anyone wants anything else, I guess, if not, I guess we're pretty good for the night there. Much for coming out there, the snow and that.
We'll go home and dream about it.
Anyone online or?
No.
Okay. And I'll put in a request for another stinger page.